My life as a duck farmer is filled with countless memories, from selecting breeding stock hatching eggs to the joy and busyness of selling healthy birds. Each duckling born is the result of a meticulous process of care and precision. I often share that the Cherry Valley duck breed is the main line for meat production. They grow fast and efficiently, convert feed into flesh. Among Pekin ducks, I use the world-famous Cherry Valley SM3 line. Theoretically, this breed can reach around 3.5 kilograms after 40 days. In small-scale practice, they reach about 2.5 kilos at 42 days. That means the average feed conversion ratio, FCR, is just about 2.3 to 2.7 kilos of feed per kilogram of weight gain. Because of that, from the very beginning, I always choose breeding ducks with good lineage, white meat, and large livers. Before incubation, the eggs are carefully inspected and treated. The incubator must maintain a stable temperature of 37 to 38 degrees C with suitable humidity. The eggs are gently turned several times a day so embryos develop evenly. Each day, we lightly spray warm disinfectant water and candle the eggs to remove bad ones. After about 28 days, the ducklings hatch, and I'm always eager to check how healthy the newborns are. When the golden ducklings hatch, the first task is to move them immediately to the brooding area. At this stage, the temperature must be around 29 to 32 degrees C. During the first week, maintained with heaters or warm air blowers. Each following week, I reduce the temperature gradually by about 3 degrees C until around 24 degrees C by week 4. When it's too cold, the ducklings huddle. When too hot, they fan their tails, clear signs for adjustment. The brooder must be draft-free with a leak-proof roof and a floor covered with rice husk or straw for warmth. The initial density is about 90 to 100 cm³ per duckling under the heat lamp. For water, make sure it's deep enough for the ducklings to dip their heads. If too shallow, their eyes can dry out and turn blind. I usually use shallow drinkers at bill height. After 1 to 2 weeks, I let them play in small water trays. In this stage, powdered feed moist starter mash is offered continuously through the first 8 weeks. Ducklings prefer soft, moist feed. I mix clean water into the mash so it's damp and easy to swallow. Dry feed can cause gut pain. There must also be enough feeders. In the first 2 weeks, I use troughs or bowls so that each duckling has 9 to 10 millimeters of feeder space. In this early stage, the ducklings are still weak, so I vaccinate them early against common diseases such as duck viral hepatitis, duck viral enteritis, and Pasteurella duck cholera. The first few weeks are the most critical. Mortality can reach 2 to 3% if not careful, so strict prevention is the key to saving the whole flock. By 3-4 weeks old, the ducks can tolerate lower temperatures of 24-27 degrees C and are ready to move to the grow-out house. The flooring must provide enough space so they don't crowd, usually 2-3 ducks per m2, 0.3-0.5 m2 per duck, leaving room for movement and exercise. Good ventilation keeps the air fresh and reduces heat stress. During this growing phase, I start grouping the ducks early when they stay under a roofed shelter. Later, if weather permits, they move to outdoor runs to graze naturally. Outdoor yards must be dry, covered with grass or raised ground to prevent muddiness, with drainage channels for easy cleaning. Nutritionally, this is the main growth period. The feed plan follows the technical guideline. 0 to 9 days, starter 1. 10-16 days, starter 2. 17 days onward, grower until slaughter about 40-45 days. On smaller farms, I sometimes simplify starter 0-14 days, then grower until finish. Pellet feed is recommended. It reduces waste and keeps housing cleaner. I also encourage ducks to eat greens or graze outdoors. It lowers feed cost and adds fiber for better health. About 6 to 8 hours before marketing, I stop feeding concentrated grains, leaving only a small amount of water so the digestive system clears. I record daily average weight and feed intake to calculate FCR. Normally, after 6 weeks, ducks reach 2.3-2.5 kilos each, consuming 5.8-6.2 kilos of feed, FCR 2.5. In warm weather, they gain better. In cold weather, I provide heating or wetter feed. Duck houses need not be luxurious, but must be dry, airy, and rodent-proof. Walls block drafts. Roofs must not leak. Floors should be tiled or thickly bedded with rice husks to absorb moisture. A play yard outside the house is ideal. Typically, 1/4 of the total area is indoor and 3/4 outdoor, allowing ducks to sunbathe and move freely during the day, reducing stress and promoting growth. Feeders and drinkers must be clean, durable metal or plastic, 10-15 centimeters above floor level. Water troughs should be slightly higher than feeders and always filled with clean water for bill washing. In hot weather, water depth should be 12 to 15 centimeters deep, enough for dipping, but not drowning. For hygiene, I follow the clean flock principle. Between batches, the shed must be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected and bedding completely replaced. During the cycle, I add fresh husks weekly to keep the floor dry and warm. Before each new batch, walls, floors, and feeders are disinfected and dried. Entry to the shed requires stepping through a disinfectant foot bath. All visitors must sanitize their shoes. These biosecurity measures greatly reduce disease risk. Vaccinations follow standard recommendations for 3 major diseases: duck viral hepatitis DVH, duck viral enteritis DVE, and Pasteurella fowl, cholera. Other bacterial infections like E. coli or Pasteurella complex often arise in crowded flocks. Prevention through cleanliness and strong immunity is far more effective than treatment. From experience, even 5% mortality in a flock is worrying. Any increase means immediate investigation and veterinary consultation. Throughout the cycle, I monitor growth and health closely. Each week, I weigh a few sample ducks to track progress. For example, at 6 weeks, standard drakes weigh 2.3-2.5 kilos, while hens can reach 3-3.5 kilos, depending on strain. The ideal flock is uniform weight variation within 10% between the largest and smallest birds. Mortality in a good flock is typically just 2 to 3% from 0 to 6 weeks. As market day approaches, around 40-45 days, I shorten lighting time so ducks rest more and build lean meat. At this stage, the meat is tender and low fat with crisp skin and no odor. Traders prefer ducks with yellow-white skin, plump breasts, pink toes, and full abdomens, usually around 3 kilos each for the best price. In my notebook, I record benchmarks like breast meat accounts for 24% of total weight, as stated in Cherry Valley's specifications, a reliable quality measure. Before transport, I ensure feathers, bills, and eyes are clean. I always remind my workers, sell your ducks as cleanly as you'd sell fine goods, because good hygiene builds the farm's reputation. Looking back, The greatest lesson I've learned is to be meticulous from the start, from selecting high-quality breeders, controlling incubation temperature, providing balanced nutrition to maintaining strict hygiene and vaccination. Each step determines the flock's success. There were times I suffered disease losses due to carelessness. Months of setback taught me the value of preventive care. But when I devote my heart to proper management, the flocks thrive, mortality drops, and productivity rises, bringing both pride and motivation. Beyond technical formulas, I see it as teaching the younger generation patience and honesty in caring for animals. Ducks grow according to schedule, just like humans must follow plans and adapt in time. Every successful batch is not only an economic gain, but also a reward for dedication, the smile of neighbors, and the belief that honest farming truly pays off.